Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hare. Gopijana Balabha Girivardhari. Gopijana Balabha Girivardhari. Jasodanandana Brajadana Ranjana. Jasodanandana Brajadana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hare. Gopijana Balabha Girivardhari. Gopijana Balabha Girivardhari. Jasodanandana Brajadana Ranjana. Jasodanandana Brajadana Ranjana. Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jamuna Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunjabi Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gaura Bimanande! Jai. Coming in for a safe landing at ISKCON Pune. Ki Jai. Microphone wanted to offer obeisances. Okay, now we get to do some deep sea diving in Srimad Bhagavatam. Seventh Canto, Chapter 10, Text 51. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Saesha Bhagavan Rajan Vyaptanod Vihyatang Yasha Pararadasya Devasya Mayena Nantamayan Mayena Saesha Bhagavan Rajan Vyaptanod Vihyatang Yasha Pararadasya Devasya Mayena Nantamayena Saesha Bhagavan Rajan Vyattanad Vyatang Yasha Paradrudasya Devasya Mayena Nantamayena. Bhagavan Rajan Esha Bhagavan Rajan. Dashdevasya Mayananatamayena. Thank you, Prabhu. Sa Esha Bhagavan, the same personality of Godhead, Krishna, who is the Parabrahman. Rajan, my dear king, Yatanot, expanded, Vihatam, lost, Yasha, reputation, Para, formerly in history, Rudrashya, of Lord Shiva, the most powerful among the demigods. Devasya, the demigod, Mayena, by a demon named Maya, Ananta, unlimited, Mayana, possessing technical knowledge. Translation and purport: by his divine grace on Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parivajaka Astatarisadasi Srimad A.C. Bhaktivedanta Tri Dandi Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada. My dear King Yudhisthira, long, long ago in history, a demon known as Maya Dhanava, who was very expert in technical knowledge, reduced the reputation of Lord Shiva. In that situation, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, saved Lord Shiva. Purport. Lord Shiva is known as Mahadev, the most exalted demigod. Thus, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that although Lord Brahma did not know the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shiva could have known them. This historical incident proves that Lord Shiva derives power from Lord Krishna, the Parabrahman. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jatam Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Svamaniti Namine Namaste Sarasvate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. So, as I explained yesterday, it says here that Brahma did not know the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I explained that was obviously before he had his realization, because he's given us Brahma Samhita. He knows great details about Krishna. This is before his realization. You see. He has given us this nice verse actually. Charyam natadehi vakamri vishesha yogat sanjayate nahita tatpatage saheto yasham bhutam apitata samapaite karyan govindamadi purusham tamahabhajami. Just as milk is transformed into yogurt by the action of acid, but the effect yogurt is neither the same as nor different from its cause milk, so I adore, so I adore the Supreme Personality of Godhead, of whom the state of Shambhu is a transformation for the performance of the work of destruction. So Lord Brahma actually knew who was Krishna, what his relationship between Lord Shiva and Krishna perfectly well at a later point in time. So the question is, how does this relate to us? This is some, poetic thing to, really cool poetry. What is the practical reason that we need to hear this, you see? What does it have to do with us, someone could ask. Actually, it has everything to do with us. This Bhagavatam is the perfect knowledge to liberate us from our entanglement in the cycle of birth and death. We've been caught up here since time immemorial, trying to squeeze pleasure out of that place where no pleasure exists, as they say, trying to squeeze blood out of a rock. So we have to learn where the real pleasure is. You understand the point? If you try to get pleasure in that place where pleasure doesn't exist, it's a foolish waste of time. You see, 𝐒𝐫𝐢𝐦𝐚𝐝. It's a useless labor. You see. So by the mercy of our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, and the previous Acharyas, going all the way back to Lord Brahma and Krishna, we have this opportunity to actually become liberated from looking for pleasure in that place where pleasure doesn't even exist, you see. Actually, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati gives some purport. I won't read the whole thing because it gets pretty complicated in English for us neophytes in English. I'll read part of his purport about Lord Shiva. The real nature of Shambhu, the presiding deity of Maheshadam, is described. Shambhu is not a second godhead other than Krishna. Those who entertain such discriminating sentiment commit a great offense against the Supreme Lord. The supremacy of Shambhu is subservient to that of Govinda, hence they are not really different from each other. The non-distinction is established by the fact that just as milk treated with acid turns into curd, so Godhead becomes a subservient when He Himself attains a distinct personality by the addition of a particular element of adulteration. So this, of course, is a big thing in India, the Shivites, Well, I just worship Shiva, I don't worship Krishna. Shiva is the supreme, you see. So if Shiva is the supreme, then that means he's the authority. Just studying their logic. If you take Shiva as the supreme person, then you have to follow his instructions, isn't it? So Parvati asked Shiva, who is the supreme? He said, Vishnu Aradhanam Devi. So you take Shiva as your authority, and Krishna says Vishnu. Shiva says Vishnu is the supreme authority. So what it really boils down to is we are the best worshippers of Shiva. We are the best worshippers of Shiva. Because we see him properly as he is, you see. So we don't neglect any of the demigods, you see. We Krishnaites are the best worshippers of all the demigods, you see. Because we understand their relationship. When you water the root of the tree, all the leaves and branches are nourished. When you put food in the belly, it nourishes every part of the body. So we are actually not neglecting any of the demigods, Shiva, Durga, whatever. We're worshiping all the demigods better than anyone else, you see. So then why do we worship Krishna, one could ask. This is, of course, the whole foundation of our Krishna consciousness movement. Why do we worship Krishna? What's the deal here, you see? Well, Krishna is the source, and we are his emanated energy. And as I explained yesterday, and I explain again and again and again, we exist because Krishna enjoys loving relationships. He wants to have rasa, our relationships, unlimitedly, actually. The more there are varieties, the more it becomes ecstatic. I sometimes give the example when I was a brahmachari in Gainesville. Gainesville was known as the Prasadam capital of those days. They had the best prasadam. Traveling parties would often very happy to visit Gainesville. We had the best prasadam in ISKCON. They used to call it Geesville. But the Janmashtami feast, that was the real thing. 108 preps. Wow. You see? But you had to fast all day and follow the Jam. So the point is there's more variety, you see. Variety, Prabhupada saying variety is the mother of enjoyment. So there's more of the variety, the more it becomes enjoyable. So Krishna enjoys unlimited varieties by emanating an unlimited number of living entities from himself to enjoy loving relationships with each one of them. There's 5 primary rasas, but there's unlimited subdivisions. So every single jiva has a different quality, a different nature, which gives Krishna a certain flavor he can't get from anybody else. So Krishna is actually missing us because there's a certain flavor, a certain rasa, a certain experience he gets by associating with each one of us he doesn't get from anybody else, you see. So we're cheating Krishna. We've taken one prep away from the feast. You see. The sweet rice went on a little side trip. So we're cheating Krishna and we're cheating ourselves by trying to enjoy separately from him. This is why Krishna is trying so many ways to get us to come back to him. Yada yada hi dharmasham. He comes as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he sends Srila Prabhupada here. Krishna is trying to get us back. But it's not forced. You can't force somebody to love you, put a gun in their head and say, love me or I blow your brains out. You can't force somebody to love you. Love has to be voluntary. So by taking advantage of this association with great personalities like Srila Prabhupada, you see, then we can actually experience of what love actually is. This was the amazing experience of those boys and girls at 26 2nd Avenue, you see. They experienced something from Swamiji, they called him in those days. The knowledge was there, but it was backed up by the experience. No one ever had that much expressed, or they never got such feelings of love from anybody as they got from Prabhupada, you see. He was so charming and he had such feelings, you see. Like one boy wanted to leave and Prabhupada started crying. He was crying because one boy wanted to leave and not be a part of what was happening there anymore. He wanted to go outside and Prabhupada was crying, you see. Can you imagine? He was crying over when one of the hippies wanted to take off. He was crying, you see. So that the amazing loving feeling that Prabhupada had, it wasn't like just some institutional head, organizational management thing. No, Prabhupada had a personal relationship. I know, I got that experience from Prabhupada myself. I was a non-initiate, not initiated yet. And we went for the Ratha Yatra in San Francisco, 71. And after that, we headed down to Los Angeles, New Dwarka, which was the world headquarters then. And Prabhupada's morning walk would be there. And then you come back from the morning walk, and you get out of the curb, and you walk down all the devotees be lined up along the sidewalk on the way to his quarters. And everybody had a flower in their hand, just like we have flowers here. And Prabhupada had a basket of flowers. And you'd come down the line, and you would personally give Prabhupada a flower. You and Prabhupada at your own moment, just you and Prabhupada exchanging flowers. Just imagine what that would be like. That you have that one moment, you could put it in a video and watch it for millions of years. You and Prabhupada having your one moment with each other, you see. Vishnudan Swami is the first one. He got a hug, wow. He got a hug. I was one of his men, so I felt like I was getting hugged too when I saw him getting hugged, you see. So anyway, I was about number 3 in the line. So I had him, we exchanged flowers with Prabhupada. Now I have a flower from Prabhupada, wow. So to actually see Prabhupada, have darshan of him, I call it drinking Prabhupada into your heart through your eyes. You understand him? Taking Prabhupada into your heart through your eyes. Take him into your heart, you see. So Prabhupada's going down the line, and he comes on the front of the building. His quarters are around the side of the building. It's going upstairs up. You see. So he's coming and going in front of the building. The line of flower, the devotee line ended about here, and then he's coming, just walking in front of the building, and there's some steps there. So I went to get another darshan. I did another drink of Prabhupada into my heart, you see. So he comes by, and here's some young bhakta who is standing out of the line. He looks up, he sees me up there, he's wondering, I wonder if he got a flower or not yet. He looked at me. So he heard about flower, like body language. Like, did you get one yet? Prabhupada was so personal. Every single devotee was it's not like only the leaders or, the big book distributors or the head projector. Prabhupada took every single devotee as the dearmost person, actually. That was his feeling of love. He looked out at me and wanted to make sure I had gotten a flower. So I held it. Yes, Prabhupada had my flower. And he went by. You see. He wanted to make sure I got a flower. So then, now you have a flower that Prabhupada gave you. What to do with it? Well, how you don't lose it? Well, I ate it. So I would never merge it in my body, so I wouldn't lose that flower, you see. So, and then I had other experiences too of Prabhupada's personal nature. So when I got initiated there in Austin via a letter from London with my name and the beads. 2 other boys also. So, and you give your dear dakshinas, right? So I collected 3 checks and I mailed them in London. And I told Prabhupada, I want to spread this movement. So I got a letter back. The first letter was to Vishnu Jana with the names of all 3 of us, Sankarshan, Pulascha, and Parashara. But the second letter was just between me and Prabhupada, you see. And he, like a pucka accountant, he gave me the amount of each check. I would say this check for this amount, this amount, this amount. And then he said, then the most wonderful blessing he gave me, he said, I see you're a very sincere and enthusiastic boy, eager to spread this Krishna consciousness movement. He said, now continue enthusiastically as you are doing, and surely Krishna will bless you. Wow. So that instruction has been going me for 54 years. So here I am today, even though I was sick as hell. But I'm very enthusiastic to push forward this Krishna consciousness movement through my words, you see. And because Prabhupada's words are empowering me, actually. I've been empowered for 54 years by those words. They're just as powerful now as they were when I got them. Actually, they're more powerful now, you see. Prabhupada's instruction is more powerful now than it was 54 years ago. I was just in Sri Rupa Seva, just there with Bhakti Chaitanya Swami at Govardhan. And he said, how are you doing? I said, my body is going down, my consciousness is going up. He said. So as we get older, there's so many things go wrong, like an old car, This goes wrong, that goes wrong. You can get a whole list of things going wrong with the body. But if you're actually practicing this Krishna consciousness, chanting your rounds, following the principles, trying to serve the spiritual master, then your consciousness will be going up, up, up. The older you get, like there was one poet said, I was so much older than I'm younger than that now, you see. So not that I'm, 78 years old, I'm 78 years young, you see. So really tune into this process and you get younger every day. Younger every day, you see. So anyway, and then the most amazing thing at the end of the letter that, I think I mentioned this yesterday, I already told it, but I'll tell it again. Some of you are here for the first time, hearing my talk. Prabhupada signed the letter, and then he put a PS in his. He dictated the letter, he signed it, and then he decided to add one extra thing with his pen. PS, we're going to Nairobi on Friday night. So it was so nice. He's actually giving me an insider tip about what he's up to. You see, so that personal nature, that loving, every devotee felt a certain loving feeling from Prabhupada. Those who have stuck with this movement, they all have some special feeling about Prabhupada and his their relationship with Prabhupada. So this is the key. One of the devotees aspiring for Bhadana Swami, he asked me yesterday, and he said, you have to develop a personal relationship. That's the key. Have that, because the spiritual master is present, more present in his words than in his body, you see. So that personal relationship, I'm giving myself to this person, and I feel this person is blessing me. We have to have that personal relationship with the spiritual master. I'm giving myself to this person, and he's blessing me. He's blessing me with Krishna consciousness. There's a loving relationship between me and my spiritual master. That, when you have that, you can never leave for all of eternity, you see. But if you just take it mechanically, you want to have some kind of reputation, I'm a transcendentalist, I'm this, I'm that, you can be gone here today and gone tomorrow, you see. So cultivate a personal relationship with your spiritual master. It's very, very essential. That will keep you very strong. Paka Vaishnava, you see. Always keep that strength in that relationship. So we see this in Lord Shiva here, you see. Krishna actually came to the rescue, you see. When the Maya Danava became, reduced his reputation. Lord Krishna restored his reputation. So that's an interesting question. Why does one need reputation? Nadanam nadanam nasundarim. I don't need wealth, women, or reputation. Followers means reputation, you see. Why do I need a reputation? I'm supposed to think I'm lower than the straw on the street. Why would I need a reputation? Well, the devotee doesn't feel he needs reputation, but Krishna likes to see the devotees have reputation. Like Prabhupada became world famous. Prabhupada was not seeking fame, you see, but that fame was very beneficial, that Krishna gave him, and that fame attracted millions of people, you see. So that the reputation is a very important thing for preaching. It attracts people. Somebody is, just like the media would come, the Prabhupada would come and the media would be there, newspapers, TV. So the reputation is an important thing for preaching work. So devotee doesn't want reputation, but Krishna gives him reputation. Prabhupada, he was looking at a magazine on the airplane, and the article was crime and how to stop it. So when he got to, I think it was Chicago, he was saying, I've seen this magazine. It said, I think it was famous magazine, Time magazine. And he said, this is the solution for crime. So this Krishna consciousness movement is the solution for all the problems of the world. It's a wonderful benediction. There's so many problems, unlimited problems going on in here. In India, in America, in Russia, in China, everywhere, in Brahmaloka, in the moon planet, the sun planet, there's problems going on. Even the heavenly planets, there's problems. I have my problems, you got yours. There's unlimited problems going on everywhere. Infinity of problems. But this one simple solution, Krishna consciousness, solves all the problems. So our problems become solved and all the world's problems become solved. So therefore we have to reconnect with Krishna. We're right now like an appliance unplugged. We have a very nice appliance, the human life, but we've disconnected, we're unplugged, therefore we're having so many difficulties. We can't achieve our happiness we desire. We strive so hard to be happy, doing this, doing that, doing this, doing so many things, trying to find happiness, but it doesn't work. We're not satisfied here. Even you give some temporary satisfaction, it's only illusory. It doesn't really give genuine satisfaction. So we actually reconnect with Krishna and become perfectly situated again. So, and here we see that Krishna wanted Lord Shiva to have reputation. So Krishna does that. The devotees their reputation becomes tainted by some demoniac influence, then Krishna comes to the rescue to restore their reputation, because he wants his devotees to have good reputation. That's one point. See, at what point do we go for questions? We go to 9 a.m. we go to questions, okay. So what I like to do when I have classes, I like to go into each and every word and every phrase and dig deep, deep into it. Here's an interesting point. Long, long ago in history, so this is 5,000 years ago, or we have the Bhagavatam that was spoken long, long time ago, and even long, 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 long before that. I don't know the actual calculation of when this pastime took place, but it was very, very ancient time. And then Mayadana was expert in technical knowledge. This is one thing, the demons are very good in technical knowledge. Just like now we see they're very expert, they have 747s, they have internet, social media, all this technical knowledge. They focus on the material energy, and according to their karma, if they have good karma, they can do all kinds of amazing things to razzle-dazzle the people in general, you see. Right now, people are razzle-dazzled by social media, and it's very polluting. Now they have in the schools, they're trying to, they're curbing down the use of smartphones in the schools, in the U.S. anyway, because the kids are spending they're not hearing from the teachers, they're interested in the social media, you see. It's interesting in this connection. There's a movement started in the U.S. to no social media. Where do they start the movement? Do you have any idea? In Tompkins Square Park. I wrote them, I said, this is very good. You're starting your anti-social media movement in Tompkins Square Park, the same place the HareKrishna movement started. So it's a very auspicious thing, I told them. Because what is this social media, It's just, it's a big, big thing, TikTok and this and that, It's just a waste of time. It's very impersonal, Like on Facebook, there's no interactions anymore. It's so impersonal. You can't have one-on-one relationships anymore. It's like a big group posting this, posting that, posting. There's no one-on-one relationships anymore, you see. It's impersonalism. And people are being attracted to impersonalism. It doesn't make sense. See, we're meant to have personal relationships. Rupa Goswami, Dadati Pratagrinati, Guyangatati Prichtati, Bhungte Bojayate Chava Sadvelam Shati Lakshanam. We're meant to have personal relationships. I remember when that book came out and said, this is great, loving relationships. I was a brahmachari. Wow, I can have loving relationships with my brahmachari godbrothers. We can get together and talk about Krishna. And it's encouraged by Rupa Goswami, this is my realization today. What have you realized about Krishna today? We can share realizations, you see. Or we're having some difficulty, we can open our heart. There's some trusted god brother, or in the women, they can to a god sister, or bring a husband and wife, or whatever it is, you see. This is a very, very wonderful thing, because you can open your heart. It's not that you have to remain closed, you see. So this is how we actually, by loving exchange, we can actually make progress on this pathway. By loving relationships. Because it really boils down to the loving relationship with Krishna. Through the loving relationships amongst the devotees and with the spiritual master, that's how we actually reawaken our original loving relationship with Krishna. Okay. Prabhupada said we should not try to jump over the head of the spiritual master. Step on use the spiritual master as a stepping stone. Step on his head and go to Krishna. Great offense, you see. Through the medium of the spiritual master, we go to Krishna, you see. So we should see how much I've been blessed. Of course, there's Siksha Guru, but the ultimate authorities are Diksha Guru, you see. That's our Shastra. We can have many Siksha Gurus and who help us, encourage us, but our final authority is our Diksha Guru. That's the Shastra. So having these relationships and This is how, by perfecting these relationships, that's how we become awakened in Krishna consciousness. There's 3 types of relationships amongst devotees. Those devotees who are less advanced, we're very kind and try to help them advance. Those who are equally advanced, we make friendship with them. Those who are more advanced, we take shelter of them and learn from them and serve them, you see. So try to become perfect in all 3 categories. And preaching to the general public, they're actually all devotees, aren't they? They just don't realize it. So book distribution and preaching, that's being kind upon the less advanced devotees, actually. You see, being kind upon them. You see. So even little cockroach, he's actually a devotee. But he's actually a devotee of Krishna who fell from the spiritual world. So one time Prabhupada told my god sister Govinda Dasi, chant to the poor creature, you see. It'd be kind of a little cockroach. Just like I went to the washroom, there was the tower, right, there's a little cockroach up there. You see. So be kind to even the cockroaches. See, a devotee is kind to all living entities, you see. Even the trees, you can even chant Hare Krishna to the tree and bless the tree. We go Hare Krishna to the tree, you see. Every single living entity is a pure devotee who fell from the spiritual world down to the material world. So we have to practice kindness. Kindness is one of the qualities of a devotee. A devotee is kind. He has a loving, benedictory feeling to help all living entities. So the more we can have this loving exchange going on, the more we'll see the wonderful awakening of Krishna consciousness within our heart. Krishna consciousness is a wonderful thing, and we should do everything we can to awaken it at every step, 24/7, at every minute, at every millisecond. And we should do everything we can to awaken that dormant Krishna consciousness within our heart. It's a brilliant, beautiful sunrise coming. We want that beautiful sunrise of Krishna Bhakti to rise within the heart. By proper association with the Vaishnavas, by proper enthusiastic preaching to deliver the fallen souls, all of these things will very much enhance our own happiness, you see. A devotee doesn't have to try to be happy on his own. He should try to give happiness to Krishna, you see. That's the key. Try to make Krishna happy. Try to make our spiritual master happy. Is Krishna pleased at what I'm saying? Here I am giving a class. I have to think, how can I speak in such a way that Prabhupada will be very pleased with me, that Krishna will be very pleased with me? And this is how gets Krishna's mercy showering on him like torrents of rain in the monsoon season, you see. So always try to please Krishna. How can I please Krishna right now? You see the way I'm hearing this class, the way I'm giving the class, what I'm going to do after the class, at every minute, whether you're at work, whether you're at school, in the commute, in every situation. How can I be in this situation in a way that pleases Krishna, you see? In every situation. If you keep that focus always, how can I please Krishna right now? How can I please Krishna right now? How can I please the devotees? How can I please my spiritual master? Always in this mood, then Krishna will become your personal property, you see. The more you give yourself to Krishna, the more Krishna gives himself to you. And there's nothing more sublime than coming back to that state of Krishna consciousness. So anyway, we can open up for questions. On paper is also good. I don't hear real well. But yes, I'll try. Oh yes. Paper is good. I'll try hearing, because it comes here with the mic. I'll try my best.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. First of all, thank you very much, because when I came to the class, I took a picture of the 7 purposes of ISKCON, and the way you answered in your lecture, you actually mentioned exactly the same question which I had in my mind regarding the 3rd purpose of ISKCON. The 7 purposes of ISKCON are there. In that, the 3rd purpose says to bring the members of the society together with each other and nearer to Krishna. So actually, I had a question on this, but you answered in the class.
Yeah.
But my follow-up question is, Prabhuji, that now as our society is becoming big, we see that even many departments within the temple are actually being manned by employees. They are like either outside people or even if they are devotees, they are paid people. So many times that exchange becomes very professional, or it becomes like not even less than professional exchanges. So the question would be that as our movement is expanding, this relationship of being together with members and come together with each other.
If we lose that loving feeling, the movement will die. If the loving feeling goes away, this movement will die.
Yes.
That's a fact.
So how to prevent that? Because it's also a fact that movement is growing very much. So we need more and more devotees to help, but at the same time that loving exchange is actually reducing. In my
Well, you and I have an exchange right now, isn't it? So let's have an exchange lovingly with each other. I'm trying to please you. I have to try to please you and give you proper understandings. Even you just take some. Basically, are you married? We try to have a nice, proper Krishna conscious marriage also. In every relationship, try to make it perfect, you see. So don't worry about the mass. Just take one person you're relating with at that minute, you see. Try to have a nice relationship, you see. Even, like I fly and there's this, the stewardess is there, and they said she's a paid employee, but still, how can I? So I say, Hare Krishna. When I get off of, I go Hare Krishna back, you see. So try to do everything you can to have Krishna consciousness in every situation, even if it's a paid employee, you see. Try to deal with them in such a way they want to become volunteer servants instead of paid employees. You see what I'm saying? Let's have all volunteers and no more paid employees, you see. By dealing with in such a sweet, loving way that they become inspired. Why should let me volunteer my service, taking money for it, you see. So our movement is to take over the whole world, you see. So we have to really, as I said yesterday, that's what attracted me. The first brahmacharis, two brahmacharis said, we have to follow the higher authorities. And I went, forget it. But then Vishnu Swami said, just give your love to Krishna. And I went, wow, yeah, that's it. So that loving exchange is the basis, not rules and regulations. Yes, sir. And that's confirmed by Rupa Goswami. Yena tena pakarena mana Krishna in the Vaishya. Just be Krishna conscious. The rules and regulations come later on. First be Krishna conscious. Okay, does that help a little bit? Okay, let me see if I can read. Okay. Anyhow, I'm trying to achieve my goals. It's getting more difficult, and now I am tired of doing by best. Help me. Please give me a way. You got to have the good, proper goals, my dear devotee. If your goal is not to become a pure devotee, you're off the track. You must make your goal. Prabhupada told me, he said, all material desire zero, whether you can be like that. So you got to make your goal to become a pakka, pure devotee, Shuddha Vaishnava. If you make that your goal, the other goals will come automatically. They'll automatically be fulfilled. But if you try to have other goals that are more important than become a pure devotee, forget it. You're wasting your time. Okay, let's see. Come on, paper now, let's see. All right. Only during initial stages of bhakti, seniors offer love, and years later, institutional expectations are too many. Devotees feel vacuum what to do. Well, years later, that's me, you're now a senior. Say, why are they not giving you mercy? Why are they not giving me mercy and kindness? You got it backwards, Prabhu. You give mercy and kindness, rascal. You give mercy and kindness. Years later, you're a senior now. You give love and mercy. The more you give love and mercy, the more it will come automatically. Say, why they don't respect me? I've been initiated for 3 years. I got a Brahmin thread. Why they don't respect me? This institutionalism. Why don't you give respect? Here's the insider secret. The more you give respect, the more you get respect. The more you demand respect, the more you don't give respect. There you go. This works. Trust me, this works. With 54 years experience, I tell you, this works. Okay. Sometimes we are physically tired. I'm sick, really sick right now. I know what you're talking about. But we need to get up early and do our sadhana and service. But if we consider if our lethargy and pushing my body unnecessarily, then after we cannot. Prabhupada said, hoping to meet you in good health. So good health is a very important thing. And I'm begging Krishna to bless you, my dear devotee, with good health. So you have to stay in good health, but at the same time, you have to find a way to continue your sadhana, you see. Just like I'm very, very sick, but I'm coming to Mangalarti, I'm coming to Tulsi worship, I'm chanting my rounds, I'm coming to all the programs. So, but I'm bundled up really well with many layers. So you have to do both things. Your spiritual health and physical and spiritual health, both has to be taken care of. You have to make the endeavor and Krishna will help you. How to control, what is that? Our eyes? Oh, well, you have to engage your eyes and take darshan of the Bhagavatam and Krishna. If I see any sin, oh yeah, here's a good, when you land in these airports in Delhi, you see, there's some woman, I think, explained it yesterday. Some woman is like, some sexy white-skinned woman, trying to lure you, to get you all sexually aroused, so you come and buy the perfume or liquor or whatever it is. So you have to, don't look at it. You got to look somewhere else, You have to learn how to not look at things that are very stimulating for lust and sex and all those things. I gave an example yesterday. I was with the Russian devotees in Govardhan with Bhakti Chaitanya Swami and 200 Russian devotees. And those women are really good looking, I'll tell you. Really good looking women. And they're dancing so beautifully, and like about 100 of them dancing back and forth and like choreographed dancing, very beautiful, swaying this way and coming back and forth. And so I would watch the men. I looked for a minute and I said, this is really nice, it's nice, it's very good, it's pleasing Krishna, that's great, but I look at the men. So you have to learn how to not look at those things that stimulate lust. You have to train your eyes. You have to know, what's good, what can hurt you, and what can help you. So you have to regulate your senses to know what's good for you and what's bad for you, and you have to do the needful. Don't be carried away. Some beautiful girl, you have to say, well, I appreciate, that's my mother. You see, to see them as your mothers, not as some beautiful girl that I can enjoy with. Is it true? Just all, what was his name? Yeah, that one devotee poked out his eyes. We don't recommend that, but he put out his eyes so he'd never be misled again. You see. He put out his eyes. Vivamangala Thakur, he took a hairpin from the Mataji and poked out his eyes. Now he controlled them. But we don't recommend poking out your eyes. That's not our way. But just consider, he became so exalted after being attracted to women, even a prostitute girlfriend. He became so exalted for 700 years he lived in Vrindavan, and Krishna would come to him. This little boy, he had no food, and this little boy came. He said, I'm a village boy, he said. Every day he would bring him milk regularly. Krishna personally served him. So just consider the advantage of controlling your senses. Is it true that the jiva becomes first Brahma in the material world, and then he goes, and then what is does the jiva become Brahma first? Is this after the fall down? Wait. Is it true that the jiva first becomes Brahma in the material world? If yes, what is the exact role? Yeah, the first fall down we read in Prabhupada's books, when you fall down from the spiritual world, Krishna says, okay, you want to be God here, have your own universe, you can be God. It's the first birth. You were a Brahma, you remember that? You were a Brahma? You were a Brahma. We were all Brahmas, 40 heads, 400 heads, or whatever. And we weren't happy being a Brahma. Well, maybe being an Indra would be better. We tried this and that and this and that. And we tried 400, 800, and we tried millions of different forms, and we're never happy. We could try another one, another one, another one, another one, another one. So that's what happened. But now we got the blessing. We become human beings. We come in contact with Prabhupada movement, and now we get the opportunity to get out of this quagmire. See, devotees feel a lack of relationship with their spiritual master, especially after he leaves the body. I'm sorry, I don't accept that. That means you're stupid. You're an idiot. Prabhupada I was there with Prabhupada in Atlanta. He said the spiritual master is more manifest in his teachings than he is in his body. So my relationship with Prabhupada is stronger now than it was when he was physically present. And it's getting stronger every day. The more you obey your spiritual master, the more it becomes manifest. It becomes manifest within your heart. More and more manifest. So that means you're not practicing this, you're not properly practicing Krishna consciousness. So become proper. Learn from those who know better than you how to properly practice Krishna consciousness. Okay, let's see. Hare Krishna. Thank you for your nectarian class. Please, Prabhuji, you mentioned about the personal loving exchanges with the spiritual master and his benefits. My question is, if one neophyte like me are not blessed with personal association, I was not a big devotee. I just ranking for our brahmachari, cutting vegetables in the kitchen. I wasn't one of these big leaders on the morning walks, a big GVC sannyasi. I mean, I went for years with no association. I was fortunate, Vishnuchan Swami, I asked him a question. He said, I don't know, why don't you write Prabhupada? I was fortunate that I was encouraged to write Prabhupada. My religion was letters. Maybe I had 7 or 8 letters, and those letters are my greatest treasure. But I would go, I saw Prabhupada in 72, and for 3 years I didn't see him at all. The other devotees went to Mayapur for the festival, I stayed back, you see. So I didn't get that much association, you see. But I'll tell you one thing. Some devotees had constant association, they left ISKCON. So physical association is not the key, it's the quality, you see. And the spiritual master is fully present in his teachings. It boils down to what is the quality of how you accept his sangha. Even if it's just for 1 minute, the day you got the beads, what is the quality of how you accepted that whatever association you got? If you take it as the greatest treasure after millions and billions of lifetimes, it's like I got this moment of association. He handed me the beads and gave me a name. Even that one association is sufficient to liberate you. You take it qualitatively, you see. It's not quantity, it's quality, you see. How have you qualitatively accepted it, you see. That's the key, not quantity. Then how to cultivate this same attachment to the spiritual master, just like personal vaput, yeah. The spiritual master is personally present in his instructions. So, just like you can associate with the Prabhupada, every day I read Nectar Devotion. I'm going looping the loop again and again and again. I think I'm my 4th time now reading it, starting today. I finished yesterday, and now I'm starting another read through today. So it's all there in the quality of how you connect with the spiritual master. Just like I was praying with Rebati Pata, I was playing some recording of an arrival lecture with the media in London. And it was amazing, the early days of ISKCON. Devotees, Prabhupada would say, yes, the boys and girls are very enthusiastic, and they went, Haribol! They cheered. And every minute they go, Haribol! And great, they go, Haribol! It was amazing, the enthusiasm in the early days of ISKCON. Just, he'd say one thing, and they go, Haribol! It's amazing, you see. So the enthusiasm is there. You just have to get into it. Be enthusiastic. You see, don't be a dullhead. Like some dullard. Be enthusiastic. As Prabhupada ordered me. You see. If you have one order, take that one order as your life and soul. In that one order is sufficient you deliver back to Godhead. Deliver you back to home. Krishna is the proprietor and dictator of our intelligence and mind. Krishna is instructing us how to properly utilize intelligence, properly utilize our mind. He's not a dictator like some Stalin or Hitler. He's not a dictator. He's the instructor. He's not ordering you, he's instructing you. Here's how you do it. He's a benevolent teacher. If he's the enjoyer also, then who is enjoying when we are engaged in sense gratification? Krishna is suffering, actually, when we are engaged in sense gratification. Krishna is suffering. We're causing him, he's feeling anguish to see his children who ran away from home. You see. He's enjoying at the same time he's suffering to see his children suffering. That causes him great anguish. That's why he comes personally to deliver us. How to find out a service or mission for yourself within Srila Prabhupada's mission that you can dedicate your life to. Okay? My service is to become a pure devotee of Krishna. Bas. That's it. Here's your service, become a pure devotee of Krishna. That's your service. Yes, sir. And within that, so many opportunities will come. Book distribution, Harinam, art, cooking. Those things are all within your service. Your service, Prabhu, is become a pure devotee of Krishna. That's your one service. Yes. Become a pure devotee of Krishna. That's it. And whatever is favorable for that, you do it. Study Prabhupada's books, preach, all these things are within your service, which will become a pure devotee of Krishna. So the questions have run out, and now we have a special thing. I wanted to very much express my appreciation for this wonderful devotee, Radharisham Prabhu. I understand today is his appearance day, and Radharisham Prabhu ki jai. He's a great blessing. His association is a great blessing, actually, for all of us. His presence is a great blessing for our whole movement, actually. Such an inspired, enlivening, intelligent, dedicated person. We're all very much appreciative of his Sangha. And now we have some special gift from, we went to Nanagram a few days ago, myself, my wife, and many devotees, and they gave us 2 huge sweet balls. Now we're breaking them into small chunks. So we can distribute this wonderful sweets from Nanagram. Oh, Jai, this is for you. Radharisham Prabhu ki jai. And they should be very, very small. We got many devotees here. Very, very small. A few crumbs. A few crumbs for everyone. Wasn't giving these garlands away. Anybody with garland? Okay, now we can take this stand away. Be easier. Take the stand away.
Hey, tell about the book.
All right. This is the announcement of the books. Take this.
Hare Krishna. We have some wonderful books which are written by Prabhuji and are compiled from his teachings. There's one, The Divine Love Memoir. This is about how he got introduced to Krishna consciousness, and before Krishna consciousness, how he was trying to revolutionize the world. It's wonderful. It's a kind of autobiographical book which you can read before Krishna consciousness and after meeting Srila Prabhupada Vishnu Maharaj. It's a wonderful book.
If you get the book today, I'll sign it also.
And this is Know Who You Are and Be Who You Are. This is a wonderful book based on the question answers and teachings of Prabhuji from his class. And the other books, very nice book, Pursuit of Excellence in Krishna Consciousness and Stop Worrying, Start Living. And there's a Spark of Splendor. This is like a daily quote book. So please have a copy of these books and Prabhuji will sign them after the Prasad distribution.